So, various notes. Tucson Police Suck just released a video showing Mr. Freeman going up to police officers asking if they were good cops. Of course, Mr. Freeman's definition of what a good cop is one who will break the law in favor of Mr. Freeman's wishes. That is not an accepted definition of good cop. It's actually very childish what Mr. Freeman is doing, and I'm somewhat surprised that he's what, 30? 32? Somewhere in there? He's in his 30s. I'm surprised that a 30-year-old man would be engaging in such childish behavior. As far as Bao is concerned, that went pretty much as I would have expected. Bao doesn't like or appreciate the law, so when a lawyer tells him what they can and can't do legally and what the lawyer will and won't do ethically, I'm sure that it did nothing but piss off Bao, whose goal is to disrupt the system as much as possible. Bao doesn't like the system. Well, Bao succeeded. At the end of the day, Bao asked his clarifications. That's a code word. Common Joe has his 16 clarifications to totally beat up any judge or whatever. They're retarded, they're stupid. The judge isn't there to answer your questions. That's not the role of the judge. If you think you caught the judge on something, remember the judge isn't under oath. If you believe that the judge abused the judge's discretion, then you can appeal. That is what the appeal is for. You don't get to clarify, hashtag rehash, decisions that the judge has made in the past. The judge made the decision to enhance the bond. That decision is done. If you disagree with that decision, your remedy is to appeal it. Everybody's a little upset today. I don't know why. I just had a judge who was very cross with me, not because of me, but because I was at a 10 o'clock CMC, and they didn't get to my particular case until 10:30, there's a whole new group of people that were supposed to be in at 10:30, so the judge was very cross with me. He didn't give me what I wanted. That's very upsetting. But into every life a little rain must fall. Speaking of remedies, the remedy for someone being held illegally, I know that Mr. Freeman wants to say that Bao is being held as a political prisoner. That is an incorrect analysis. But the remedy for that is, of course, probably a habeas corpus, a writ of habeas corpus, I'm thinking. I'd have to actually review Texas law on that. Finally, the ADA. My ADA video has sure ruffled some feathers, but just like we need to keep Bao in perspective, we need to keep that ADA in perspective. Here's the perspective for you. Mr. Hemming is not disabled. Yes, he's fat and slovenly and ugly and disgusting, but he's not disabled. Mr. Hemming does not have a service dog. The dog that was with Mr. Hemming was not a service dog. Mr. Hemming's rights were not violated. Any statements I made about the way service dogs act are of course based on my experience and interaction with service dogs. And no, that dog does not act the way I have seen service dogs act in the past. The service dogs I have seen have all been very well trained. They haven't been looking off. They've been very attentive to their owners. And sure, hashtag not all. Congratulations. But let's assume, arguendo, that Mr. Hemming is disabled, and let's assume, arguendo, that he has a service dog and that was his service dog. Can they keep him out of that building? Yes, they can. Oh no, you say they can't. Well, yes, they can. You see, the ADA says what they're allowed to do, and your remedy is to either file a claim with the ADA or to file a lawsuit. Until one of those two is resolved, they can tell you to keep the dog out. They have some discretion in the matter. They can ask you 2 questions. If you answer yes to both questions, yes, you have a disability and you've been prescribed that service dog, and that is your service dog, and it's been trained to perform some task or service for you. Let's say you answer yes to both of those. Can they still deny you entry with the dog? Yes, they can. What is your remedy? Your remedy is either to file a complaint with the ADA or file a lawsuit. They have discretion in the matter. Let's say somebody asks you a 3rd question. A 3rd question, you're only allowed to ask me 2. What are your remedies? Your remedies are to file a complaint with the ADA or file a lawsuit. And now let's step back into the realm of reality. We've already determined that Mr. Hemming did not have his rights violated. But let's step back into the world of reality. That video started in the middle of the action. What happened prior? Let me run this by you. If I walked in there with a well-trained, well-behaved dog, do you think I would be able to get past that security guard with the dog? I don't think the security guard would ask more than 2 questions, if that. I would walk in, I'd say, hey, you know, is there any issues? This is my ADA compliant service dog. I have a need of him. Do you think I'd get through? I think I'd get through. I don't think they'd think twice about me. You know why? Because I'm not a problem. I'm not bellicose. I'm not fat and slovenly. I don't look like I just rolled in off of the street corner. You're being mean to homeless people. Well, look, all right. If you want to get by in this world, you have 2 choices. You can either try to conform yourself to social norms or rebel against them. You will get treated accordingly. So I guess that's really all I have to say. I need to go back in and get my day rolling again for the 2nd time. I got memos to write, or I guess it's it is a plaintiff's, oh God, what is it? So there was a tentative judgment that went against my client, and we got the judge to reconsider. He has not finalized it yet. I forget what the name of the particular, what he wants us to call it, but basically I get another crack at the bat to try to convince him that he's wrong and stupid, and my client is amazing and awesome, and I'm a legal genius. So that's what I'm gonna do. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.